Okay, so here we have a typical story type scenario that we have to then create an equation for. So in an Australian rules football match, a goal is worth 6 points and a behind is worth 1 point. A team scored 114 points. So the first thing we need to do here is to define all of the variables. Okay. So the two things that are variables in this would be how many goals could be scored and how many behinds could be scored. Okay. And for this, what I'd suggest here is G would be a good one for goals and B would be a good pronumeral for behinds. Now, you could use X and Y or anything else, but that makes it easier. So here, what I would say is here you want to put G equals goals and B equals behinds, and then you'll be able to use G and B as the pronumerals in the second part of this task. The next part says, write an equation for the number of points scored. Now, it says equation, which means it's going to have an equal sign in it, okay? So we want to add the number of goals to the number of points, okay? So we're going to have goals, okay? Now, each goal, okay, is going to be worth 6 points. So it's 6 times the number of goals, and we're going to add on to that how many points plus B, and that total has to end up equaling the number of points scored, which in this game was 114. So 6G plus B equals 114. Okay. And then finally, the question gives you what we would call a bit of an open-ended question. So it says, find at least 3 ways the points could be scored. So this is really saying to you, solve this equation 3 different ways so that it's true, okay? So in other words, if you've got to assign a certain number to the goals that are here. So for example, if we say that goals equals 10, okay, so in other words, they kick 6 goals, then 10 goals rather, then that'll be 6 times 10 plus, okay, now how many points or how many behinds would they need to kick to get to 114? So that'll be plus B equals 114, okay? So 6 tens are 60, plus B equals 114. And if we take 60 away from 114, okay, 60 away from 114, that will give us the number of points that would need to be scored. In this case, it'd be 54, so it'll be B would equal 54. So 60 plus 54 equals 114. Now, I'm sure most of you are like me, you'd be thinking, well, it's unlikely that a team would kick 54 behinds in a match, but from a technical point of view, it's a correct response, okay? So that's one answer to that particular question, okay? Of G equals 10, that means that B must equal 54. So then what we need to do is we would need to either decrease or increase the number of goals, and then that would also then affect the number of behinds that get scored to give us at least 3 answers. Okay, so 3 answers here could be if goals equaled, let's say it was 15, okay, so that gives us 90 points. That would mean that the number of behinds kicked would be 24. Okay.